Welcome to this evening's web class. Tonight, we are going to talk about why you need vision for your life. I hope you enjoyed that meditation music and hopefully it welcomed you into the setting peacefully. I'm Keisha Golder, and I help women define their unique purpose so they can live life that they created and on their own terms. I also created the Your Life Purpose Makeover Journey, which is a 3-stage, 9-step program, but we will talk more about that later. I want to remind everyone that there will be a question and answer section, so if you can hold your questions until then, I would greatly appreciate it. Before we jump into tonight's topic, let's do a recap of last week. Last week, we talked about life experiences, what they are, how they are created, how our life experiences shape us and our views, and how we can use our life experiences to create the life that we want. Tonight, we are talking about vision. Why you need to create a vision for your life, the difference between vision and goals, and how both can help you find your purpose, techniques you can use to create a clear vision for your life. Let's jump right on in. So, why do you need a vision for your life? We often hear people talking about creating a vision, and they often do it through vision boards or vision books or some other type of outlet. But do you understand why you really need to have a vision for your life? A vision puts substance behind your goals. Vision is like your destination that you're working towards. And when you create a vision, you need something to support that, which is the goals. So your goals give you an idea of where you want to go, and the vision is the actual place that you're going. Having a vision makes it easier for you to get through roadblocks. We all come across roadblocks sometimes. So when we have a vision, when we know exactly and clearly where we want to go, we are going to be able to get through those roadblocks. I'm not saying it's going to be easy to get through those roadblocks, but you know that you have your destination. And you know that just like when you travel to another state or even in your state that you live in and you're going somewhere and there's a roadblock put up, you figure out another route for you to get to your destination. That's what vision does for us. When we have a clear vision in our life, that's what it does for us. It allows us to get through those roadblocks. Even if we have to take another route to get to that vision, that destination, that's what we are going to do. Vision also sets our expectations. So when we're creating the vision for ourselves, it allows us to say, this is what I expect from me. And this is what success will mean to me. It allows you to be able to be confident in all of the decisions that you're making about your life, the way that you're going about getting the things that you want, and the people that are in your life. So you're not working on someone else's expectations, you're working on your own. And having a clear vision allows you to set your expectations the way that you want. So there are several areas of our lives that we can create visions in. They can be love relationships, they can be friendships, adventures, environments, health and fitness, spiritual life, career and finance, community life, and so many others. And yes, when we create a vision for our entire life, it is going to incorporate all of these pieces. But it may be easier for you to create the vision for each individual area first so that you're able to see how it fits into the puzzle of your big vision. And so when we create a vision for our love relationships, we are determining if in our lives, whether or not we want to be married, whether we want to have children. If we have children, how many do we want to have? How are we going to raise them? How much time are we going to spend with people outside of our children and our spouses? So our other loved ones, how much time are we going to spend with them? You know, what type of interactions we're going to have with these people? These are the things that you can create a vision for in that particular area of your life. And of course, there are other things as well. Same for friendships. What type of friend you are going to have? How many friends you're going to have? Who these friends are? What is your friendship going to look like? Is it going to be a one-sided friendship, or is it going to be a friendship where you both are pouring into each other, but you also are able to take from each other without feeling like you're being used or drained? When it comes to adventures, what types of adventures are you going to have in your life? What experiences are you going to have on these adventures? So, for example, like skydiving. Everyone wants to, well, not everyone, because I don't, but a lot of people talk about skydiving. So if you're creating a vision for that adventure of skydiving, what is it going to look like? How do you think you're going to feel? Who's going to experience that with you? How are you going to get there? And then, like, once you accomplish that adventure, what's next? These are all the things that can be included in that vision for your types of adventures. Environment. Where are you going to live? What type of house you're going to live in? What kind of car you're going to drive? Are you going to drive? Are you going to have someone else drive you? What kind of company you're going to work for? If you're not going to work for a company, what type of business are you going to have as an entrepreneur if you're going to be an entrepreneur? And how does your schedule look? Are you helping others? Do you have employees? All of these types of things. Are you going to work for a company and also be an entrepreneur? When you create a vision, it's not just one thing. There are so many different things that can be included in your vision that is going to take your destination to a higher level, because you are extremely detailed in everything that will be included in that vision. And that makes your goals a bit more specific as well. So we're still on the areas of life that you create a vision in. Health and fitness. You have people who professionally participate in bodybuilding. So they have to have a vision for what they want their bodies to look like when participating in, because that is their job. They are professional bodybuilders. That's what they spend their time doing. So they need to know how their health looks. They need to know how many times they're going to work out. Are they going to work out multiple times a day? Are they going to work out every day 2 or 3 times? What are they going to eat? Are they going to be vegan? Are they going to be vegetarian? Are they only going to eat meat? Are they only going to do maybe like water fast and things like that? One time, my aunt competed in a professional bodybuilding contest. She had never done it before, and she really researched everything that she needed to do to participate in this. And it seemed like a rash decision to the family, but in actuality, it wasn't, because she had researched. She had spent the time learning all of the things that needed to go into what it is that she was going to do, the types of food that she needed to eat, how exactly her body needed to look, and not only how many times she was going to exercise, but exactly what exercises she was going to need to do to get her body the way that she needed to get it. And once she had that vision set, my aunt actually came in first place, and she won the entire contest and never competed again, because she just wanted to do it that one time. So because she took the time and she felt that, and she knew that she felt that this was something that she wanted to do and she wanted to give it her all, she was able to give it her all, because she, from A to Z, had her vision written out for herself. for this one area of her life, only to do it once, which she was fine with. But she knew that this was something that she wanted to do. And she took the time to not only create the vision, visualize the vision, and figure out all of the components that went in to making this vision come true. So your spiritual life is the same. What does it look like? Are you a Christian? Do you meditate? Do you go to church? If you do go to church, how often do you go to church? What ways can you become more spiritually in tune if you're not? So you have everything that I talk about, you have to do deep conversations with yourself in order to be able to know exactly what it is that you want. Because 9 times out of 10, me included, we have lived our lives based on the opinions of others, the thoughts of others. Even though we feel that we're living life how we want to do life, but in the background are all of these opinions and thoughts of other people that are shaping the way that we're living. So I talk about these things because you have to have conversations with yourself, and not just surface conversations, deep conversations to get to the inside of who you really are, in order to get to where you really want to be. So career and finance is kind of the same. What are you going to do for a living? How you are going to make money? What are you going to do with the money you make? Are you going to save money, or are you just going to blow it every time that you get money? Are you going to make investments? If so, what are the investments going to look like? Very simple questions, but they all play a part in your vision for this area of your life. Community life, again, where do you live? What kind of resources do you have to help the community that you live in? And do you have any relationships with the members of your community? We can live in communities and not even know our neighbors. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but just think about, is that what you want, or do you want to be thoroughly involved in your community and play an active role in the things that are going on in your community? And so now we've talked, we know what a vision is. We know the areas in our lives that we can create visions for. Let's learn the differences between vision and goals. A vision is your why. A goal is the specific target to achieve something. So, like I said, your vision gives you the direction, and it includes what you believe in, which is step number 2 of the roadmap, core values, and what you want in your future. So your vision is your passion, and which we know that passion and interest is step number 5. And the vision keeps us motivated. The goal is the strategies that we use to move toward our vision. So your goals can be thought of as your steps. Your goals are the things that you set to help you achieve that vision and promote you further on up the ladder to where you want to be. So when we talk about vision and goals, let's talk about examples. So for a vision, it could be to live a healthy, well-balanced life. So that is the end game. That is your destination, to live a healthy, well-balanced life. A goal to accomplish that vision would be to lose 10 pounds. Another goal for that vision could also be to eat less sweets, cut out bread, soda, things like that. Another example of a vision would be to provide a happy, loving home for your family in a safe community. What is a goal that can help you achieve that? To save for a down payment on a house. Another vision is to help people if you have a business in whatever area or whatever problem that business solves. Your goal is to run your own company. So do you follow what I'm saying? The vision is your destination. So when you say you're going to Miami, That's your vision. Now, all of the things that you do leading up to you getting to Miami, those are the goals.
For what?
So now we're going to talk about the different techniques that you can use to create a clear vision for your life. You can think about what you want. And notice I said think about what you want. Again, you don't want to create a life that someone else wants you to have. You want to create a life that you want. So you think about what it actually is that you want. And here's the kicker. When we are told to think about what we don't want, 9 times out of 10, we think about what it is that we do not want. So don't think of, and it's hard to say don't think about what you don't want because that automatically comes up, but forget the things that you don't want. Think about the things that you do want. So if I say, think about what you want, and you say, well, I don't want to be poor. That's not what you want, because that's not telling me what you want. That's telling me what you do not want. We're focusing on all of the things that you want, the things that are going to help you live the life that you want on your terms. And so if you don't want to be poor, do you want to be comfortable? Do you want to live paycheck to paycheck? Do you want to be the richest person on this world? What is it that you want? So it takes some time to get out of the mindset of always saying what it is that you don't want before you can get to know or get to be able to actually verbalize what it is that you do want. Ask yourself why you want certain things. Do you want these things to make someone else jealous? Do you want these things because you want to feel comfortable in your life? Do you want these things because you want something better for your children? You want to leave a legacy for your children? Or do you want these things just because you want to accumulate material wealth? So you have to be clear on why you want the things that you want. You are creating this vision. Why do you want this vision? What is it going to mean to you? What is it going to mean, or how is it going to make a difference in your life? And when you are creating your vision, you need to allow yourself to dream. I can speak from personal experience that, yes, I can say that I want a house. I want to own my own home. But instead of allowing myself to think of the biggest house that I want or that I could ever imagine, I just think of the smallest house. Allow yourself to dream the biggest dreams, because no one is holding us back from achieving those big dreams but us. So if we don't dream them, if we don't see them, if we don't think that we can accomplish them, then we won't. So allow yourself to see your most wildest dreams, because the truth is you can accomplish them as long as you get out of your way. The next technique is to see the vision in your mind. Actually see it. See where you are. Who's with you? What are you wearing? How does your hair look? What kind of car you're driving? The house that you're living in. If it's an office building, what the office building looks like. All of the details that come along with that, actually see it in here. Paint the picture for yourself mentally. And once you paint that picture for yourself mentally, move on to the next step and feel all of the emotions and feelings involved with your visualization. Because when you can feel the things that are involved with your visualization, it makes it real. You're able to pull at it again when you need to remind yourself, this is why I'm doing it. The days that you don't want to get up anymore, the days that you don't want to do the work, the days that you don't want to go for that 30-minute hour jog. You can pull that visualization up and you have all of the feelings of what it's like when you finally achieve your dream. You've reached that destination and that vision. You'll see your body being ripped and all of the things that you want to do if your vision is to become healthier or become a bodybuilder. If your vision is to own your own business, you'll see what it's like to be able to pull up to the parking lot and have a parking spot that says owner, CEO, or whatever your title may be, because it's your company, and walk into the building and everybody greets you by name, and you have people working for you. So you'll be able to pull on those feelings later when you need them, once you actually visualize it and put those feelings and emotions in with the actual picture. So I'm going to say something. Vision boards, I'm the queen of vision boards. I've been doing vision boards for as long as I can remember. But I want you to know that, yes, they are a great tool, as long as there is meaning behind the vision boards. So for a very long time, when I was doing vision boards, I would just go through a magazine. Oh, I like this picture. I like this picture. I like this picture. And I would cut it out. Didn't put any thought behind it. Yes, it was something that I wanted to achieve, but there was no thought behind it. The picture just stuck out to me, so I cut it out. It wasn't until I actually started putting the thought behind it that I noticed at the end of the year, my vision board was mostly, if not all, accomplished. All of the things were accomplished. Because not only did the picture stick out to me, I knew what I needed to do to get to that destination. I also knew the feelings that would be involved because I visualized it and I felt those feelings. I knew what those feelings would be when I reached the destinations on my vision board. So yes, vision boards are a great tool, but you have to make sure that there is meaning behind everything. And another thing that I did besides just cutting out pictures, I also actually would write on my vision board words that meant something to me that was connected to the pictures or connected to the things that I wanted to do. So vision board is another tool in addition to the other techniques that I gave you, but you have to make sure that you have meaning behind it. So if anyone has any questions, now would be the time to ask them. You can type them in the chat, or you could unmute yourself and ask them. You know, I love to keep in touch with everyone. You can follow me on Facebook at Coach Keisha Golder, YouTube Keisha Golder, LinkedIn Keisha Golder, and of course, my website, www.keishagolder.com. Let's stay connected, and you'll always be updated with everything that I have going on. So next week, we are going to talk about how developing your passions can lead you to your purpose. So remember, I talked about the 3-stage, 9-step program that I created, the Your Life Purpose Makeover Journey. Well, just from this one web class, we talked about vision, which is step number 7. But we saw, as I mentioned earlier, that vision is also connected to step 2, which is core values, and step 5, which is passion and interest. I created this roadmap because in order for us to find our purpose, we have to have a good, clear understanding of each step and how they work together to get us the lives that we want. All of these things are great on their own and they work on their own, but when you put them together, you're able to fully define your purpose, be able to stand your ground and do the things that you want to do, how you want to do them. And you also are able to recreate your purpose or another purpose in any situation because it gives you the blueprint of how you move from one thing to another, as long as you're doing it from the heart and you take the time to learn exactly what it is that you need to do and how you need to maneuver through each step. So I thank everyone for joining me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.